So, how do I get out of the day ones? Oh my goodness, I get this question so often, and it's something I can really, really relate to. So, we're looking to change our relationship with alcohol, get curious about it, and we find ourselves in those day ones, right? You can get curious about counting. We have another video for that, but let's take a look at what we can do to start moving out of those day ones. Those days when you start off feeling pretty good, like, yes, all right, I want to be alcohol free today. I'm ready to go. We have a lot of that willpower behind us. And then we notice by the afternoon, we get home after work, all of a sudden, then we find ourselves drinking again. And we're like, oh my gosh, I'm here again. And then we start over the next day, right? Has anyone ever felt that? It is so shared and so common. So I'm going to tell you 3 ways today that can help you get really curious and start moving out of that day one cycle. All right. So the first thing is this idea of a pause. Just like it sounds, we're going to pause. So much of this is just like moving forward, right? In like the behavior, and we're trying to stay focused on like, okay, I didn't get the alcohol free day. Then what happens? We feel blame, we feel shame, we start getting buried under there. And then when I'm feeling that, or when any of us are, what do we often reach for? Probably the thing that we don't want, right? And in this case, maybe it's alcohol. So it keeps us buried in that cycle. And the idea about the pause is we're going to just jump out of that. We're going to step off of that cycle, and instead we're going to bring curiosity and compassion. And this is like genuine curiosity, right? Where we're really like, what's going on? What are those things? What am I noticing? Because if we can start slowing down this process by pausing this process, we find so much valuable data for our way forward. I mean, truly, we can't change something we don't see. And unless we're willing to see and bring awareness to it, we don't know what direction. For me, I didn't even know it was buried under, just on autopilot. So during the pause, you're going to slow things down. You're going to get curious. You're not going to be so worried about the behavior, right? Because when we're focused on the behavior, we miss it. Then we feel like we failed, right? And then we go on the same cycle. But what if it's all learning? What if it's all data? What if this is all something I need to see for my path forward? What if I notice, it's 5 o'clock for me every time, and I'm feeling like I just want to shut my brain off, right? Oh, there's my belief. My belief is that it'll shut my brain off. It'll take care of me. It'll do XYZ for the night. What if it's to relax that I'm discovering that I want to use alcohol, right? What if I slow down that process to gain that information? This becomes truly the path forward. So the awareness part can be, sometimes a little bit painful because we're like, I'm still doing the thing. But without seeing it, we don't even know what direction to go. So when I can bring compassion, I'm like, yeah, all right, I see it here. Okay, now what? What did I discover? Did it give me what I was hoping? Did it help me feel more relaxed after I had the drink? Right? I never slowed down long enough to ask some of those questions. So it's really, really powerful to put this all in a pause and to gain awareness. Now, second part that I want to share with you on this is this idea of non-negotiables. So it's kind of like it sounds like it's a non-negotiable. I'm taking it off the table. And you can play around with this idea to gain a little bit more space and awareness on what's going on for you. Really interesting, cool way that some of my clients have been using this is they've been creating a non-negotiable for that thing that they found in the awareness phase, right? In the pause. And in the pause, maybe they notice, every day at 5 o'clock, that's the time, right? For so many of us, the day is done, dinner's getting ready, all the things, right? And so what you can do is you could say, okay, between 5 and 6, my non-negotiable is I'm not drinking during that time. The cool thing happens, right? Your brain kind of stops going wild about it, right? Because if you say, oh, this is I'm never going to have another drink again, our brain sometimes is like, wait, what? But with the non-negotiable, right? And it's all about building awareness and curiosity. Between 5 and 6, your brain can start getting really creative. Can let it off the hook. If I want to drink later, fine. Okay, we can decide that. But it's a 5 to 6, it's a no. So now what? What am I looking for? What do I truly need? What if I switched up my routine? Is that something I would like? Do I need water or hydration or a special alcohol-free drink? Do I need to call somebody and have some connection? What is it that I really need at that 5 to 6 time? Like, what a brilliant question to be asking ourselves, right? Because there's something that we're looking for. And what is so interesting is we start to resource for ourselves in that way. We start to explore other options and see how we feel. And it can be really, really empowering. And it's interesting how much momentum we can build going forward from that. So again, it's all data collection. We're collecting the data to see what we discover. After that hour, did I feel better? Right? Did I feel a little bit more relaxed? Did it help me? See what you find. The third thing that goes right in line with all of this is another tactic that you can kind of play around with during this, and it's called lengthening. So it's just like it sounds. It's the cool idea of building on wins, mini wins, and building. Our brain loves that. It's like, ooh, all right, I tried that. I'm going to try another one. And so you could use this in conjunction with your non-negotiable. Let's say you did 5 to 6. You tried some other things. You found you really just needed to sit down and have a break. And at 6 o'clock, you're like, what might you find, right? I've never found that I've regretted not drinking. It just doesn't happen, right? So with so many people that I work with, right? So our own experience is going to show us. Our own experience is going to help us move forward. And at that 6 o'clock time, what if you did lengthening for another hour? What could you find out? It's a cool way for our brain to build on those wins, to gain more of that experiential information, like, and you move it ahead and you see what you discover at that 7 o'clock and you're like, all right, then I'll check in with myself again. These are such powerful tactics to start exploring and start moving forward, getting out of that cycle of those day ones where we start beating ourselves up and leaning into curiosity and compassion. I'm telling you, it's such an incredible way to find freedom from alcohol. So I'd love to hear what you think. Please share with me in the comments. And I also have a guide that helps support you with all of this. So if you want a fillable guide that you can keep on your phone or on your computer that walks you through a lot of these, click on the link below and you can use that. So talk to you soon. Keep me posted in the comments. Have a beautiful day.